what we really need to start working on? We need to find a way, hear me out, we need to find a way to tap into internet outrage as an energy source, because we are never going to run out of that. Hey internet, how's it going? I'm Izzy and this is the Izzy Nobre Show. Something very peculiar happened on the internet this week. You might have seen this around because this was shared all over the place. I saw this on Facebook, on Reddit, on Twitter. It was just everywhere. In this clip aired by KTLA, a local Los Angeles TV show, the weather lady is handed a sweater to cover her dress because apparently, according to the person handing her the sweater, they were getting a lot of emails because of what she was wearing.
I'm getting a lot of emails.
What? Really?
And this is when it gets crazy. So of course the story got picked up by the internet, like I said. This tweet had over 9,000 retweets. That's a lot of people. The result of this thing is that you have two sides angry that one thing is happening and each blaming one another. The reason this is interesting to me is because when it comes to these two sides, usually one is for something, the other is against something, and that's what causes them to duke it out. Like in the case with the Ghostbusters controversy, which I covered on this show, you have feminists on one side saying that if you dislike this movie, you are a woman-hating, misogynist, rape apologist, or whatever, and then you have people on the other side saying that, no, the only reason this movie is being made to begin with is to pander to the feminist crowd, to pander to people who just want to see the so-called cultural representation in media and whatever. So one side is for the movie, one side is against the movie. That's what causes them to fight. So in the case with the Tracer butt controversy, kind of the same thing. Blizzard put a character basically showing her butt in a video game, so there's a group of people who are against it, again in this case the feminists who don't like sexualization in media in general, objectification, whatever you want to call it, and then you have the people on the other side, let's call them the anti-feminists, who want to see that, who are angry at the feminists for getting angry at the thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? What's weird about this case is that both sides don't like what happened, it's just that they each blame one another for it happening. In this case, you have the anti-feminist crowd getting mad at the feminists because they think that some feminists called up to complain because this lady's wearing a sexy dress and feminists just suck the joy out of everything and they are just jealous because they're probably fat and they couldn't fit into that dress, so you got that whole thing brewing over here. On the other side, you have the feminists getting mad because they think that some douchebag, misogynist, patriarchal ass is slut-shaming this woman because she's wearing something that's a little more revealing, and then you understand, you've heard that before, right? So in this very peculiar case, you got these two sides outraged at one another because a woman was told to cover up, because one side is a bunch of killjoy feminists who don't want to see anything sexy, and the other side is a bunch of patriarchal, asshole, misogynist, slut-shamers. Now here's the fact that they both missed. This was a joke! A joke between two co-workers. In this clip shared by a Reddit user, you can see that them goofing around with each other's choice of wardrobe is kind of a running gag.
Right now, temperatures in the 30s in the high desert. Oh, I'm gonna have to change. Look at this. Oh no. That's a bummer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Where's the green?
That's a bummer. I thought it was light enough. It happened.
Oh.
Dressed by Chris Burrows.
Oh my god, it's like swimming.
It's intense.
Boom! Surprise! You see that? There were no feminist killjoys, there were no slut-shaming boogeymen, there was none of it. What, you think she didn't know that a green dress was gonna f*** up with the chroma key? She knew, they all knew. It was a joke, they do that. You all missed a joke. What, you think I'm reaching? She even said so in her blog. For the record, I was not ordered by KTLA to put on the sweater. I was simply playing along with my co-anchor's joke. And if you've ever watched the morning show, you know we poke fun at each other all the time. A joke! And what's worse, you got mad at one another for it. This is a problem I personally have with ideologies. Having an ideology is like answering a question before it is asked. It's being predisposed to seeing world events according to a certain narrative. Whichever side you're on in this debate, this is a problem. This is a problem. A lot of the times ideologies don't really help you see the world better as much as they train you to see the world through a specific perspective. And what I find most concerning is that a lot of times these ideologies prime you to pointing at a group of people and saying, They did it. It's all their fault. And if we learn anything from history, is that this modus operandi is dangerous. Narrative should never be more important than context. An ideology should never be a shortcut to blaming a group of people for what you think is wrong with the world. I think that's the takeaway message here. This is a situation where two sides to the issue were flat out wrong, and their ideologies only help to make one hate the other. Anyway, that's what I think of the situation. Add your voice in the comments below, and that's all the time I have for today. I'm Izzy, and I'm done. Ow. My foot fell asleep. Fuck.